Passover is the Jewish holiday where we celebrate the Jews' freedom from slavery in Egypt thousands of years ago. For me, this holiday is super important because we tell this story and tradition through the food we eat at our Seder. Luckily, a few days before Passover, I got to interview a Jewish chef, Sam Levenfeld, who works at Kafar, an Israeli restaurant in Brooklyn. As we talked, he prepared for me a meal that blends Jewish tradition with modern culinary skills. Here's the interview. Hey guys, this is Sam, and this is...
Sam, look at that. My name is Sam Levenfeld. I'm the chef de cuisine here at Kfar and on the mezzanine at Jaffa as well.
So what's this first dish that you got right here?
So this right here is our play on gefilte fish. Of course, gefilte fish is a Passover special. People eat it about once a year, and that's about enough for everyone because it has a very unique taste and texture. So we made all the gefilte fish fixings over here. We have our beet horseradish situation that we add a little apple to make it nice and fresh. Some shallots just for a little crunch, and then our carrot, which we treated a little differently. We just shaved it raw and hit with a little salt to make it a little more pliable. And then, of course, some dill on top as well.
What inspired you to make this dish? I mean, gefilte fish is definitely a classic Passover essential, but yeah.
Basically, I don't know, over the holidays especially, I feel like we like to play on nostalgia a lot at this restaurant and kind of take the things that we're used to eating as Jews in our own houses and kind of just bring it up a level. So when someone comes in, they can be like, this reminds me of home, but it's a little more elevated, something that I couldn't actually make at home.
So what's the next step with this dish?
So for the next step, we're just gonna hit each piece of fish with a little Maldon salt, some flaky sea salt right here to make sure that every piece is nice and seasoned. And then we're gonna come in with our beet horseradish jazz, which honestly, guys, for this dish, this is the thing I'm the most proud of because at our Seder table, we always take this weird red thing out of a jar and just put it on the side of the gefilte fish. I love it. I think it's delicious. So I just tried to mimic all those flavors. I've never tried to make this before, and I feel like we definitely nailed it. So we're going to give it a little dollop on top of each one. So next is going to be just a little shallot ring to add a little crunch. It's not the most traditional on the gefilte fish, but it kind of adds that texture that we need in this dish. And then we're going to come in with our carrots. So for this, we wanted to add a little more texture for the dish, so we just shaved them into nice little thin coins and then hit them with a little salt and sugar to make them a little more pliable. We're just going to hit one on top. And I think this starts to bring the visual effect of gefilte fish all together here. And we're just going to hit it with some fresh dill. Finally, with every crudo, we're just going to finish it with some really nice olive oil all over. And this is my favorite part because all the juices from the horseradish situation kind of start to bleed out onto the fish, and I think that makes a really cool effect right there. You want to give this a taste?
Oh, of course.
Nice.
I'm hungry now.
Heck yeah.
I haven't even eaten today, so this is going to be good.
Alrighty, first bite of the day is a raw fish. I love that. You're my kind of guy. I have these small spoons here, but honestly, you can just pick it up or whatever. I'll go for it with you. How about that?
Yeah, let's take this. All right.
L'chaim.
Yeah. Wow.
It's gefilte fish.
Man, that tastes so
nicer.
good.
Thank you.
Wow. I had one question kind of about this dish because it's so rooted in Jewish history and tradition. And I feel like Passover is the one holiday that I feel like is we've been celebrating it as Jews for 3,000 years probably. So how does Judaism influence just what you make and the dishes that you decide to do?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what I was saying a little bit earlier, I like not just for holidays, but in general throughout the menu to kind of bring in the nostalgic factor of this is something that tastes like something I used to eat at home with my grandma or whatever it is. And usually that's around holidays. And in terms of being Jewish at a restaurant right now, especially this restaurant, I think it's really important to represent given the culture and the climate that's going on around us.
Yeah.
Israeli cuisine is an ever-evolving thing. But for people that are out there that say that, Israel isn't real, Israeli cuisine doesn't exist, all of that, I mean, like, I just can't even really fathom how that could be true, like, having grown up, like, experiencing it. So working at a place like this with Chef Michael Solomonov, who's our chef owner, like, it kind of, like, helps me really feel rooted in my background, my identity. I mean, I've cooked at many different kinds of restaurants in the past, but this one, I feel like I can bring a little bit of my home and like what I grew up with to the place as well. So
That's awesome.
That was the best tasting gefilte fish that I've ever had. But what Chef Sam had to say about keeping up Jewish tradition and that Jewish culture is real is something that I really think is important, especially now. I feel like Passover is a holiday where we can really time travel 2,000 years back into the past and experience the same traditions that our ancestors once did. And if you're celebrating Passover or are really hungry, you should definitely check out Kafar. Everyone there was so nice, the venue looked amazing, and the food was just amazing there. You should really check them out. I'll have their links down below. It was a great experience there. Thank you to everyone at Kafar. Thank you for watching this video, and here's everyone who contributed. Thanks.